Yes, hello and a very warm welcome to this new video. I recently got fully blown back into Sailor Moon, and I rewatched all 200 episodes of the classic series, and I watched every single episode of Crystal, and I watched the live action series PGSM. And yes, I thought I would make like a little bit of a video about, like, it's just a standard video where I'm just answering a few questions about Sailor Moon. But beware, there might be more. I might be also doing some videos about my favorite episode, cringy episodes, and so on, from all the three series, but not including the musicals. And this also has a reason. But yeah, for now it's just answering some standard questions, and here we go. Enjoy. I first got into the series when it aired on German television in the afternoon, and my first episode was episode 45, and I think I traced it back to January 1998. I think it was January 98. Yeah. I used to be a really active fan, actually, 20 years ago. I would like meet up with other Sailor Moon fans, get together, and yeah, just meeting, talking not only about the series, of course, and yeah, this was fun until the group disbanded in like 2003. And so on. And also I was active in a forum called ASMR, and this stands not for, so every time I search for it in Google, it gives me like, oh, you can listen to like really soothing sounds, but this ASMR stood for a Sailor Moon romance. It was a fan fiction archive. And it had a forum, and the server was in the US. And yes, so I stood in contact not only with like German Sailor Moon fans, but also with Sailor Moon fans from the US. And I recently working at a fan fiction at the moment, and I recently got into drawing. But I think that especially the drawings are not worth like looking at, so I haven't published them yet. I think I still have to get a little bit better with like drawing, so there won't be. Unfortunately, there won't be like any drawings. There aren't any drawings. As with the fan fiction, I'm going to have to finish it. And I'm also an avid reader of fan fiction, not only from Sailor Moon, also from other fandoms, but especially from the beginning on, I just love reading. And yeah, that's why they are not creating, but more like actively reading fan fictions. Well, of course, I have a favorite character. My favorite character is Mako-chan, because she is everything I am not. So enough said. I think she's a very, very fascinating character, and I like her very much. And the one I can most relate to would be Ami-chan. So relate to means not on all levels, but on some levels I can totally relate to Ami-chan. I think most people won't, for example, most people won't believe me when I'm saying it's very hard for me to find friends. I'm a little bit more of an introvert. I'd rather stick home, stay home with a book. And yeah, this is one level I can relate to Ami-chan the most. Oh, there are actually several episodes that I hold dear. But I would say for the first episode that you watch will always have like a special place in your heart. So I would reply it's episode 45. But there are also like episodes that I'm really, really fond of that that show the essence of Sailor Moon. And I'm also going to make a video about this. Surprise, surprise. Both. She is both. But let me explain further. I think, yes, of course, she's at the beginning, she's a total crybaby, but she's not annoying. I wouldn't yell at her for being klutzy all the time, because I'm klutzy myself. No, but I wouldn't, for example, Ray did. I wouldn't yell at her and insult her and the whole time. Yes, she's a crybaby, but that's sort of cute, and but this is not something I would be that I would be angry at someone who is like a little bit klutzy and a crybaby. She's definitely a role model, but if you think about it, let me get back to that question, maybe with another question. How is it possible not to like Usagi? How is it possible? You cannot possibly. I think Naoko-sama just created like a little bit of an ideal version of herself, and it is impossible. Like, you cannot be angry at Usagi unless you're from the Dark Kingdom or something like that. No, but you cannot be angry, and I think this is one very, very important point. And I think this how do you say, likability also comes from the work of the voice actor. And I think in the original version, Kotono Mitsuishi does a wonderful, wonderful work. And I think this is just brilliant. This is like the role of her life. And I was very, very glad that she came back into the voice acting business, or that she voiced Usagi also in the version of Crystal, because this is like she is, with her voice, she is Usagi, and it's a very likable character. So you cannot just hate Usagi for no reasons. I think this is like impossible. This is impossible. So I think, yes, she is both, but it's very important to be more like Usagi. So because I could not understand any Japanese in 1998, I watched the anime in the German dub. And now that I understand Japanese and I have a little bit more of a, like, you can make out the differences. In retrospective, I think there are I don't know. I can think of at least 2 times where the German dub was actually more funny than the Japanese original. But I'm going to make a video about that to explain it a little bit further. Well, I think that every version of Sailor Moon did something better than the other 2, and which I'm going to explain in a video shortly. I hold the manga version very, very dear. I've kept the manga, the original manga of 1998. I still have them here, and I also have like the newest version. But I still think that the manga is like the so to say the best since sliced bread.